Greetings, friends. I'm Kip Gilts, the new assistant to the bishop. And if there's one phrase that I've repeated most often in the 3+ months that I've been in this position, it is, we've never done it this way before. Well, the same thing applies to our nomination process. And I wanted to walk you through some of how we're going to be working through our nominations for conference leaders and some of the positions that are available. Allow me to walk through this presentation. I've shared this with a number of our district conferences. Not all of our delegates were able to make those conferences, and some are happening after the deadline for our nominations to be received. So I want to make this accessible to everyone. The nominations process, as you know, the officers for this quadrennium were asked to extend one more year. So they would have typically rolled off on June of 2020. We've asked them to continue through May of 2021. And then first part of June 2021, our new officers will take effect for the next 3 years. It's typically a quadrennium, but this one's 5 years, the next one's 3 years, and then we'll be back on track. So our timeline for this is I have been visiting district conferences, uploading this to explain the process. And then on October 1, last week, we had uploaded our full description of the positions to be nominated and the nominee questionnaire. Those are posted at our website, txcumc.org, and they're on my page as the assistant to the bishop. November 15th will be our deadline for submission of nominee questionnaires and endorsements. If you're interested in one of the positions I'm going to describe in a bit, please fill out a questionnaire. If you're a layperson, we'll seek the endorsement of your pastor. If you're a pastor, we'll ask for the endorsement of your district superintendent. On January 1st, then, the nomination committee will receive a booklet with all of our nominees for our positions this year. Then on January 13th, that nominations committee will meet to nominate from a pool of nominees included in that booklet. A draft of those nominations will be sent to our Commission on Race and Religion for review and recommendations to make sure we are following our own guidelines in terms of diverse representation. On March 15th, we'll then complete our nominations, and those will be printed in our 2021 pre-conference journal. The hope is that our aggregate membership, or the intention is that aggregate membership of all our conference boards, commissions will be 50% laity, 50% clergy. Now, any particular committee will be more heavily weighted toward one than another, just by virtue of their scope of work, but the aggregate number will try to get that at 50-50 split. We also want to strive to make sure that all of these teams are as inclusive as possible with regard to ethnicity, age, gender, and church size, as well as districts and locations. Nominations can be made from the floor of pre-conference meetings for any unfilled positions on this report. At the annual conference session, a nomination can be made from the floor, but the nominator would need to indicate which person from the nominating committee's report is being replaced by this particular nomination. Substitute nominations then should maintain or expand the diversity of the nominations, and those will be voted on individually prior to the vote of the full report. Now, persons shall not serve as elected members for more than 2 consecutive quadrenniums on the same ministry team, board, division, commission, or committee, except in the case of persons elected to complete a vacancy occurring during a quadrennium, and they'll be allowed to serve 2 consecutive full quadrenniums. Many of our conference teams do assume that members are serving 2 quadrenniums, so the number of people to elect may also include about half of those that are already on the committee that would be re-elected then for their second quadrennium. No member is eligible to serve on more than 1 ministry team, board, division, commission, or committee at the same time. And the chairperson of any ministry, team, board, division, commission, or committee shall not serve more than 1 full quadrennium, except in the case of persons filling an unexpired term of not over 2 years. So here are the positions we have that we are nominating for. The conference lay leader, there's one lay member to be elected. Our conference secretary, one member is elected from our conference for that. Conference leadership team member, there are 4 at-large members that are elected to this newly formed team. The annual conference planning team that plans our annual conference session, 8 members are elected to that. The Committee on Nominations has 9 members elected, 1 from each district. Committee on Communications, 11 members are elected there. And the missions team brings together those teams currently in 2020, the Restorative Justice, Texas Annual Conference Missions, Parish and Community, Golden Cross, We Love All God's Children, and Disaster Readiness. All those in 2021 will come together as part of a missions team. Church and Society team brings together the work currently being done by Social Principles Implementation Team, Peace with Justice Committee, Race and Religion, Status and Role of Women, Christian Unity and Interreligious Concern, and Disability Concerns. All of those will come together, those tasks, and there'll be 11 members elected to the Church and Society team. Clergy Leadership Team brings together clergy accountability, clergy development and spiritual formation, clergy recruitment, extension ministries, and sexual ethics. 9 members are elected to that team. Commission on Equitable Compensation has 8 members to be elected, 4 from laity, 4 from clergy. And Board of Higher Education and Campus Ministries has 8 members to be elected, 3 laity and 3 clergy with 2 student members. Our Racial and Ethnic Ministries team includes Ethnic Local Church Committee, African American Ministries, Asian Ministries, Hispanic Ministries, Native American Ministries. All those are operating as separate teams in 2020. In 2021, those will come together under a Racial and Ethnic Ministries team with 12 members elected. The Emerging Leaders Endowment Trustees has 8 members who are elected. Clergy Leadership Team brings together Extravagant Generosity Team, Passionate Worship Team, Faith Forming Relationships and Spiritual Formations Team, Radical Hospitality and Evangelism Team, Youth Ministries Team, Young Adult Ministries Team, and Small Membership Church Committee. Those all come together now under the Church Leadership Team in 2021 with 10 members to be elected. Our Board of Laity will bring together the Lay Leadership Development, Unleashed, and Lay Servant and CLM, or Certified Lay Ministers team will come there. There are 14 members that will be elected there. Council of Finance and Administration, who oversees our budgetary process and expenditures, 22 members are elected there. The Board of Trustees also will include cemetery trustees and Episcopal Residency Committee. Those will come under the Board of Trustees with 14 members there. The Committee on Episcopacy will have 15 members elected, 1/3 lay women, 1/3 lay men, 1/3 clergy. Safe Sanctuary Committee will have 8 members. The Committee on Archives and History, 13 members elected there. The last 3 are Board of Pensions with 16 members to be elected, Group Health Benefits Committee with 13 members to be elected, and our Investment Committee with 9 members to be elected there. Now, in addition to these, we have some teams at work in the conference that are nominated by the bishop and elected by the Texas Annual Conference. These are the Board of Ordained Ministry, the Committee on Investigation, and the Administrative Review Committee. Now, if you have an interest in one of these, please fill out the nomination questionnaire, get the necessary endorsement, and then we will forward that, our nominating committee will forward that to the bishop for his work on nominations for these committees. He's already at work at that. This will supplement the work he is doing. We also have affiliated entities, and these do not fall under the no person can serve on more than one team at a time. You can serve on one of the conference committees I've just described and serve on one of these affiliated entities. So we have some that are within the TAC. Now, these nominations come from these entities. They're submitted to us for ratification by us. This is the Houston Methodist Hospital, Lakeview Methodist Conference Center, Methodist Retirement Communities, Army, Wesley Community Center, and Wiley College. We also have affiliated entities within the state of Texas, also who offer their own nominations to us and for ratification by us, the Methodist Children's Home, Providence Place, Texas Methodist Foundation, Texas United Methodist College Association. And then we have affiliated entities within the South Central jurisdiction that offer nominations to us for ratification by us: Lydia Patterson Institute, Perkins School of Theology, and St. Paul's School of Theology. We have one affiliated entity outside of our jurisdiction, and that's Gulfside Assembly. If you have an interest in any of these, please fill out a questionnaire and let us know. If it's an affiliated entity, send me an email. We'll be able to forward that to the people that do the nominations of that. I'll be glad to do that. My email is kgilts, KGILTS, @txcumc.org. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your prayers of consideration for where is God leading you to serve this conference and the efforts of the kingdom of God. Thank you and have a great day.